Hello, everyone. Hopefully, I am sounding clear. Welcome to my stream. It's the last Monday of the year. How's everybody doing? Good? Goodness. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's see. Yay. Let me know if you can hear me. We're getting a little bit of a late start, but that's okay. We're going to see if this works. Hello, everyone. Hi, Scott. Hello. Thank you for stopping through. This is nice. Oh, all right. What's going on? Oh, a new Twitch person. Hi, Twitch. What's going on? I love my Twitch. This is fun. All right. Well, I'm going to take it nice and slow. This might be a lonely stream, just me by myself. I'm not really sure, but I guess we'll see. We're waiting for the goat himself to see when he gets here, the greatest of all time. But listen, we're all busy and it's okay. This show must go on one way or another. And we know how this goes. It's just part of the journey, I think, just when these kinds of things happen. I personally had technical issues yesterday, today. I've been working on some things and it's been great. So I don't know. Let's see. Where's the go? I know, we're waiting. We're at the anticipation, folks. I know, but this is what we should expect from Stream Tornado, right? Like, this is expected. So I think we're chilling. I think we've been having fun. I'm glad everyone's kind of tuned in. Let's make 2022 the best year ever. I agree. Okay. I mean, I had my fancy introduction. Let me see. Where did it go? Did I lose it? Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right, folks. Let me just go ahead and see if I can get Gabe's introduction because he's back here. I'm so excited. I've been waiting. I think I've been waiting like a year for this. I know that sounds so silly. All right. Yeah, a whole year. All right. So we're here every week, folks. You guys all know why we're here, to share our stories. And I can't wait to hear Gabe's story. I know it's been a year for him too. So, you know, I can't wait to hear a little bit about his mayhem. I'm sure everyone as well is here to hear it. And hopefully I can get some inside scoop, some inside information. I don't know. Maybe he'll give me something that he hasn't shared before yet. So we'll see. I don't know if I need a trigger warning. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to talk about. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, if you're new, hi, welcome. I'm DJ. Hi, Twitch. Hi, LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. That's the jam there. Oh my God, I have my wonderful friend Monica. Hello. Hi. Thanks for popping through. Listen, I got everyone's waiting for Gabe. I know why everyone's here. So let's not wait any longer. Gabriel, let's see. Where are you at? There you are. Man.
What is up, folks?
You made it. Let me see if I have a background for us. Yeah, how's that?
There we go. Look at that.
By 2021. We're going to make big things in 2022, aren't we?
Of course we are. There's a lot of wonderful things that are going to be happening this year coming forward. For those who don't know, this is a big year for us as live streamers. So, I was already pumped a little earlier. I was watching Stephanie Liu on with Loria Pertucci, and man, they were talking about what live streaming can be, what it's going to be for not just about streaming, but entrepreneurs and getting into this. So this has been like a conflux of all of this energy that's been building and coming forward. So that's what's a big thing that's going to be on the plate for a lot of us creators here.
So excited.
In 2022. I mean, and LinkedIn is a platform that, that I've chosen to kind of put a lot of this energy in, and with good cause, because there's a lot of things that they're investing in creators themselves. Had a conversation with Trish Lindo, who works as the senior creator manager over there at LinkedIn.
Yes.
And, they do want to help us as not just video creators, live stream creators, but it's creators in general and what they want to get this platform to become. I had an interesting conversation over the holidays with somebody who still sees this platform as the business. He's like, I would never think to go there to look into live streaming.
Right. Yeah, no, it's huge. It's like live. How can you not like live to catch people like in the real? So, all right. Normally I'm gonna do something. Normally we got I do a visual descriptor, and I know that since you've been live streaming, this is something I've been doing. So normally I have a visual descriptor, and I always kind of share the visual appearance for our auditory listeners, just in case if we have listeners, viewers, if it turns into audio podcasts. I love that aspect, and it really promotes accessibility. So yeah, I was gonna do this whole thing with putting my hat backwards, just like hey,
there you go.
And I was gonna get the good old headphones. We're gonna do the Gabe Leal style.
You got to stay on brand here.
Yeah, on brand. So since you're my guest, and this is all about you, but I've made this show me. But this is like I brought you on as my last guest because I really want to honor you and what you do for the community and what you've done for me personally. I mean, I don't think an hour would even really give me the time to get out there and share what you've done, not for me, but I can only imagine how many other people. And no, I'm not going to have 1 million people stop by and say hello to Gabe. But, this really is, I want to hear your story, but I wanted to get into character and do my visual descriptor. So, hey, everyone, I'm TJ. I'm a Latina with olive skin. I'm a brunette. I have brown eyes. I'm wearing a red lipstick. Today, I'm wearing a blue baseball hat turned around with some, what are these, over-the-ear headphones?
Yes, over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my red shirt. So trying to be like the goat. But got it. I remember watching you like a year ago, and just everything, the inspiration you brought, all the conversations you were having on the daily, just really hearing people's stories. And I'm like, I want to do that. I can do that. I want to share people's stories. Now my take's a little different, right? From my professional background, but that's what it's about, right? We want to take this, make it our own, so we can provide our own value and our own contributions.
Yes, exactly. You taking something that, like Stephanie said this earlier, you take something that you see somebody else do and you add your own magic to it, right? You add your own spin to it. And this is what this is all about, in how you become a creator in any capacity. Is like you take something that you might have seen somebody else do, and you add your own sort of take on what it is, because that's what you do, and what you kind of share with your audience. I mean, it's specifically tailored to what you are passionate about, what you champion, what you advocate, what you push for. That's what you and what your show is all about. You put that vibe out there. This is what people see. And there's so many things that are still, we're still touching, scratching the surface here. I mean, at some point we will have like real-time caption that we can bring into our streams, and not just bring them in, but like actually bring them in as we do a source, like anything else. Nick did this. Nick Lozano, who's another live streamer. He hasn't been in a while, but he did this a while back when he was doing it through his OBS. He was actually bringing in the live captions, and bringing it in and controlling them, not the captions that were coming. And we're not there as far as like accuracy and those sort of things yet, but we will be. That's how that's how the technology is evolving. Now, I know of a live captioning service. Of course, you got to pay for it, but you can bring it into your stream. You can actually move it, place it anywhere, because for those who don't know and watch, the problem is placement of captions where it is, because sometimes it can interrupt with the stream. It can really, you go there, you create, so the background say you created here, right? Your captions, your captions show up and they cover everything.
I wish. I'm waiting for that one. And let's talk about that, because I had a hard time finding that integration. as a new streamer and trying to be inclusive right from the get-go. And it
Mm-hmm.
was just barrier after barrier so I had to, try other things and figure it out. But Nick Lozano, definitely one that I was watching and really had that inclusive approach, I think, just even when he had veterans and he really shared stories, so it was just fun, just all that inspiration from a year ago and watching those messages and just saying, I really want to highlight individuals and hear their stories and try to, really share some value and share some insight, I guess, for others. I mean, sharing our stories is really powerful. So it makes community.
Big time.
I'm all about community.
Exactly. This is what this is. And what the best part about all of this is, like I said, is we're just scratching the surface of what this is going to take us.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that we're trying to do is of course, me and you come from the idea of this, Robert. Me and you come from the idea that we want to make this a career.
Yeah.
As entrepreneurs and wanting to get into this. So not only are we looking to not only be able to kind of craft and share the stories that we do out here every day, but also turn this into a business and an industry that we want to be vitalely a part of every single day. It's like, what do you get to do for your living? I get to do this.
Yeah.
It's a reality because people are already doing it. It's now just trying to bring all this back together into the fold and how you can actually make it so that it sustains your life. That's where the struggle, I think, for a lot of creators who want to get into doing this. So part of my mission is making that a more viable source for people who want to get into this and see this as an actual career field, because there's a lot of talented people who might want to make the jump, but the scary part of every single jump that they got to make is that, how do I know, will it help keep me going? How can I make sure, so pulling the things out and letting people know, like if you watch Stephanie's thing today, and I'm going to go back and harp on this because this lady's already doing it. This is why I say, yeah, I fangirl a lot, but there's a reason for it.
She's amazing. They've got that conference coming up. I know they have a conference coming up. I already checked it out. I followed through. I'm like, that's really good stuff. So,
no, it really is. It really is. There's a lot of great things that are about this. Yes, that are happening forward. So, actually, I got one for you. I got one for you. We'll talk about this afterwards. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll go there.
But, look at that. Thousand thanks to you, Gabe, for all you do. You do so much. You're a leader.
Well, I mean, and I had to grow into that role. It wasn't naturally at first when I thought about it, because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with the direction of my creation and live streaming and what I do here. It was, it started out both as a fun passion project to do, and it's kind of grown into something. TJ looks like a DJ.
DJ looks like a Gabe.
Well, DJ, you know what? I love Robert. He's fun. He's a fun character.
Awesome.
If you guys haven't checked out Mr. Barry, he does a show on Fridays, which I absolutely love. It's one of my things, one of my jams lately, where he's got two co-hosts and they talk about fraud. It's called Friday Fraudsters. It's great because they talk about a lot of cool things. So I want to at some point meet Robert. He's a good character. We've had live stream interaction before. We actually showed up on Reggie Waterman's last live stream.
I
know it was funny, but or his next to last, not his actual last, but his next to last. Excuse me, because his last one, because of LinkedIn, and it was having issues those around that time. Not many good people got to see his send off, and that was kind of sad to me, because he had done so much for the live streaming community, and that when people gather and collaborate, his show was a very big gathering place for networking. And now he's sailed on to he's gone to greater pastures. Who knows if he ever return? If he does, we'll welcome back him with open arms. But he was just one of those people that when I met along the journey, I was kind of like, wow, but this is it. This is people sharing their gifts. That's what he brought, a different vibe. the music, him and D Money, what they added, it was like a vibe.
Unique. Yeah, really unique. Really like their own. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. And but that's what we do as creators. We can take the same concept, put it out here, and then everybody's going to add their own little take on it. Yeah. All I do now is I want to teach people how to do this and get better at it. Kind of like kind of like when you started, right? You're not nowhere near where you were when you first started. Everything was intimidating for you.
Oh yeah, it still is. I was shaking before I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go live alone. Like I've even said that, like it's so much easier when you have a guest. And with you, it's like I know Gabe's just gonna talk. I don't have to ask any questions. Like I should probably ask some questions, inquiring minds. But really, like, just watching everyone grow throughout the year, really like expand and develop, and just everyone really going into their own spaces. It's just been really unique, really interesting. And like up in new people that just kind of came along halfway through the year. And now they're just pumping out awesome content and just making so many changes in the community. So I'm just loving what I'm seeing out there.
It is, and it's continuing to evolve. And a lot of the technologies that we're using are helping us do that. It's helping us bring another level of creativity to what we were able to do. I mean, like Russ, I went on Russ's show and we had a panel that we were talking about there, and part of the process is just letting people see that there's other ways to kind of create a vibe or create something that's going to be more what I always say aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. I think that's what this, since this is a visual medium that we operate in, you want to be able to come across the best way possible. So just giving small tidbits
takes time. I mean, it takes time. Like you really have to, like we sit here for an hour, but I've been here for hours just working on things, figuring things out, working through technical things, guest information, preparing, right? I mean, it all takes a lot of time. And then with evolving, and just like helping each other and having those conversations, and now really having that group that you've created for everyone to really share.
Yeah, I think that's part of it for me, is like to simplify the process. So if you can cut down the time to do all that stuff, and let's just say half, isn't your job so much easier?
Oh, God,
I mean, that's what we're trying to shoot for. So that's that's a thought process for me, is like, how do I bring a lot of the skill sets that I've already acquired? What am I already learning out there, or what can I go learn that I can figure out and apply to doing this to make this easier, and then go out and start showing individuals there's an easier process to doing things, or actually learning from somebody else. Somebody else might already have that figured out, but if you run into that and then you're like, oh my God, that rocks your world. Everybody needs to know about this. Then you start getting on that train of, teach me, Pai Mei, I bow to you. Please teach me your knowledge. And that's where
I love that. I'm all about that. I'm like, if anyone has a question, reach out. If anybody wants to learn, I'm all for it. Like, that's what I want to be doing. Like, I want to get to that point. We work so hard and we all have our own goals. So for me, it's been like just consuming this experience and this medium and just really embracing it. And, it's only going to keep growing if you keep putting your mind to it, right? So I kind of like that whole saying, like, what you put your mind to and what you invest in is, So I'm all for it. I'm so excited. Like,
well, and here's the thing, like those ladies today that were on the show, they're actually kind of giving you blueprint ideas to not only how to do it, because they're going to they have a program coming up, but part of it is they're actually going to do this to make money. This is it, folks.
That's it.
So as creators, learn from those who are already doing, and then add your own take on it, how to kind of either increase it, evolve it, or develop it into something more viable for yourself. She talked about affiliate marketing. This is
Mhm.
was stunning for me. So Loria has a live streaming pros on
Mhm.
YouTube. Her and David Foster
Yeah.
do it. Okay. Um,
Yes. I've seen her. I follow her on YouTube.
yeah. So again, but what shocked me, she said during 2020, during the pandemic times, and even a little bit past, she said her affiliate income was $10,000 a month. A month, and that's just affiliates. That's not even everything else that you're turning on. This is again, but she's been doing it a while. But that doesn't mean you can't take what she's learned,
Right.
the applied values, and take them to yourself. So, you know, these are why taking these courses from these people who have already gone through some of these things, learning from it, and again bringing it into a fold, and you're going to able to find a way to make this your living if this is what you.
That's the goal. That's what 2022 is all about, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly. It's
getting
what
there,
you.
really keep working. I mean, it's been 1 year, year and a half. I mean, and just because the first stream comes out, so my first stream came out January, so like my 1 year anniversary. And actually, I think Tim's going to be my guest on that episode. So Tim's been another mentor. He's been there producing, really kind of giving me tips and tricks, and always available, like amazing. So yeah, I mean, you watch these individuals and you take pieces and you kind of say, okay, I really like this and I really like that. And Tim knows I've reached out to him asking questions. I've reached out to you asking questions. Like, that's kind of part of it. But I mean, it's important to kind of just being open, making mistakes, trial and error, not, letting things get you down.
Well, and
Just
that's part of the learning process and the journey
yeah.
is of all the things that you
Oh,
described,
that mayhem. What?
right? Because you during that journey of what this is, you're going to hit highs and lows
Mhm.
of what that is, and you got to remember that you take those experiences and how you've done that, and you are able to actually you're now forming wisdom that you can actually share with another creator or
Mhm.
somebody else because you've already gone down that path. I've already gone down a lot of those paths. Believe me, I've put in the time and the work and the effort. Now it's the time for me to start going and elevating what I want to do to help other streamers become
Yeah.
their best selves and give the best presentation that they possibly can each time.
You've done it
That
for me, and I just eternally grateful because,
well, and again, this is where that token of how it comes around and everything reciprocates everything.
Mhm.
I'm working with my mentor now.
Mhm.
And me and Russ and what he's doing with the Pirate Syndicate and what he's trying to do and create
Mhm.
courses and what we're trying to build together um, going into 2022. There's going to be a lot of effort and stuff that we're going to do, but
Yeah.
we've become people on a mission to kind of do this so that we can also not also just make a career in it, but also still continue to do something that we love.
Yeah. Right. I mean, there's so many different things to live streaming, and I'm going to be hopefully having a webinar soon. I'm pretty excited, but really just all the different components. And I know you've talked about this on lives. Travis talks about all the different, things to consider and live streaming production. And it's just, I mean, it's a lot. So it really is nice. And I'm glad like Russ has been there for you for as long as I can remember. You've always looked out up for to Russ.
Up to him. He's been the guy.
Yeah.
He was the guy for me. So just like I am for a
Yeah.
lot of other people, he was for me. He was the one that gave me an unknown commodity back then, who was just curious,
Mhm.
the opportunity to give me his time and say, so when you learn that value from somebody else, you and hopefully in turn say, you know what, I want to pass this along. You know,
Making mistakes. I hear that, Robert. Love that. You gotta take that. Being imperfect on our live stream shows makes us human. Yeah, that's what I love about live streaming. Oh, what's up, cutie?
hey baby, you're on live. If you don't know, say hello, wave to the camera.
Aw.
Hello, wave to everybody. How are
Hi.
you?
Oh
Okay,
my God.
I'm trying to still
Paging
do this.
Alex.
Trying to
What's
do
up?
this and
Yeah.
dad duty.
Oh, you have to. It's okay. It's just part of it. I think this is just, again, part of live streaming and reality, and
Well,
just
it's
really
fun.
what
It's funny.
makes it.
I can figure out live streaming pretty easily. I can't figure out how to open a lollipop. That's
Oh.
that's actually throwing me for a loop.
Oh, that darn plastic wrap.
That
All
darn
right.
plastic. These creators.
So I really do want to know. I want you to share. Oh,
Okay.
she's asking
Oh,
questions. That's okay.
go
Is
ahead.
she talking? Is she
No, no,
talking?
no, 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 no. No, she's gone.
Oh, okay, okay.
She'll
So
be
I
back.
just want to know a little bit about like this year, going back and in reflection, and why is my camera blurry? Like you were really struggling with the candy. I can't even get the question out of my mouth.
You know,
I gotta mess with
this
this
is
camera.
like
There we
the
go.
worst candy I've ever had to open. I've opened a lot of candy in my lifetime. Here, why don't
You
we
had
open
a whole candy stream, didn't it? On Halloween, we had like the favorite candy,
Yeah,
candy corn
corn
candy.
tendies, and you want to open
Cho-
that? Here, I
oh
can't,
my.
sweetheart. This is
It's all
impossible. Santa's elves did a
yeah.
real. Okay, here we go. We got a breakthrough here.
Yay, yummy candy. All right. But
Okay, let's
I
ask.
just no, it's fine. I just want to know, like, this year you've been through a lot. Like, share some of the stuff you've been through. Like, yeah, like,
My journey has been one that's been shared publicly here a lot, and I've had a lot of really, again, like I said, the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs that I've had over this last year. But it's been invaluable as far as like a learning experience of how
yeah. And you took a break.
I had to take.
And I think that's important. I think at some point I took a break this year too. It was like 6 weeks I took. I just was like out for 6 weeks. And I didn't realize like how much I needed that break. So now you realize, it's okay to step away. Maybe next year plan better for myself and kind of have broken.
That's a big one for a lot of us who get into this. We don't know that.
Yeah.
See, that's a big one when people get into it and they start getting excited and start seeing the fun.
Thanks.
All
Somebody,
right, Robert.
help him out, please.
I got it. Okay, but that's part of it, right? Is in when you start doing something like this and getting in, you really get entrenched in what you feel like this is great. I make a lot of traction.
Yeah.
And then you have all the elements of your life around this, your life, how to find that balance. And what happens is for a lot of people, it can become overwhelming. You're like, I need, because this is, for those who don't know, it's like anything in life. It's a commitment. It takes a commitment if you're going to do this on the regular. It's a big time. And you you got to tell yourself, how much can I commit to this? That's a big one. Yeah. Whenever I start talking about strategy with somebody, and we sit down, we have a strategy session, like how they want to plan out doing their live shows and everything else. I'm like, okay, let's plan out. Do you want to do, let's look at doing and anywhere, if you're really committed, a 10-week live stream. Mm-hmm. And then go back and evaluate it at 10 weeks or 8 weeks and really evaluate it. Now, how do you feel about this? Should you kind of maybe change a few things if you really want to stay involved to this, continue to push it forward? If not, maybe we need to kind of come up with a different strategy. Maybe there's something else. So that's a lot of it. Maybe it's not a weekly show for you. Maybe it's a once a month show.
Right. I think there's just this unknown because it's still kind of new, but just trying to figure out how much work it goes into and figuring out strategizing your show and then who your guests are, making sure you're prepared for those guests specifically, and to have a good show, like a good quality conversation takes research. It takes attention. It takes a lot of preparation. For me, I can't just jump into the seat without knowing.
Right.
I feel like that's not doing my guests the service that they deserve. I feel like that's not for my audience. They're not getting what they're there to really kind of get out of. So, and then I have to go back and say, okay, how did that show go? Did I really highlight my guests? Was their story really like shared? Did they feel like they were cared for. So, and
Yeah.
I always ask for those reviews. They're normally, I guess they're in my LinkedIn, but
Yeah.
if you see, like, I want to know, it's like, am I being attentive enough? Am I paying attention? And listen, when we're remote producing, we're busy. We're looking at comments. We're looking at the other link. We're trying to figure out where the conversation's going to go next. We're trying to figure out, if we ask that question, how we're doing on time, right?
Exactly. And
Just segmenting everything.
So you have, so like, I like what you do with your shows.
Nice.
This is something that I teach, and I want other people to kind of do. So you give an introduction, and what I mean by that is you talk to your guests and you mention, you hit some bullet points on there, what it is that you're having them on about, and what your topic of discussion is. Here's one that I'm trying to teach other creators to do that, because I think that, again, like you said, it feels like it's adding another level of service to your guests, right? As opposed to having somebody on and going, tell me about yourself. I mean, come on, you're the host. You lead. Again, you're hosting this show. Lead the people who are watching your audience on what it is. Why, first of all, why they should connect with your guests. Number two, why the topic of discussion is important, and why they should tune in and stay engaged here. I believe me, I've seen so many streams. I wish even if I got a nickel out of every stream that I watched and saw that, I wouldn't have to be doing these things now. I would be a very wealthy man.
Yes.
But
that makes you great. That goes back to your greatness, how you're observing and you're watching and I mean, like, you take notes. You've always shared about how you take notes, or when you had guests, and how you really, like, process that conversation, what that takeaway was for you.
Always got a pen and pad in here, so if there's something, a lightning moment can happen. A lightning moment for me can happen right in the middle of the live stream. If there's something I got to jot down, holy shit, I'm not going to forget this. I'm writing, even though this has been recorded, but for me, that's part of it.
But that's not recorded, right? That's not recorded.
Not at all. Oh, and there's one of my favorite people. Oh, gosh. Pull up her comment. There she is. Jillian is awesome. Now,
so many wonderful, amazing streamers.
There are, but I love what she does, again, because she's like very much like yourself. You guys have figured out the structure of how to do a really good presentation as a live stream host. I think a lot of people still lack those skills, and I hope that as people starting to get into this a little bit more, because here's the thing, we're just starting to see the influx of people coming in just on LinkedIn alone. Because now more and more creators are getting access to live, and it's becoming more and more easy. So the questions have been compiling with people, like, how do I use Restream? How do I use StreamYard? How do I use this? How do I use that? So getting them in the mind space of learning the technological part of the interfaces and everything else. So again, my mission is to make creators better, and I'll not only make them better, make myself better as I go along and do this. Thank you. But there's a lot of things for creators that are going forward, where I'm about to start, not only what I'm investing here in LinkedIn, but I'm going to get into the world of Amazon Live. I had an interesting conversation with Tim's partner, Jim Fures, on their show last week.
I know there's so many. Mark was on there. Christian.
Marco's already doing it. Chris Stone is doing this. There's a lot of people. That are already getting into this platform. And Stephanie and Laurier were talking about this today, and that's another avenue for you to go make cash.
This right here, people ask about it all the time. Like, no, I did not make this. This is, I did not make. I wish I could have made it. I wish I would have had an artist make it, but this was purchased. So see.
But it adds value to your show, though. It's part of it.
Right, but I mean, it did come from what we're talking about, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you just take it and you just like pop it over there, and then you like talk about the product, right? Like, is it product based?
So a lot of it is. So, for example, say we're talking on their live, and one of the things that I mentioned is, like, say everybody goes, well, I like the over the head headset you have on there, DJ.
Thank you.
Cameron, yes, that you should.
All right, Cameron, that's cool. I do.
So
I follow some people on Amazon, so I get their notifications when they go live because I'm trying to figure out, what's going on over there. You don't want to miss out, right? You want to
you
know what's
don't want
going
to
on
miss out.
Twitch.
You don't want to miss out.
Twitter. I'm streaming to Twitter. I mean, why not?
Well, my thing is,
I love Twitter. I'm down with Twitter.
My thing is this. I find the value in multi-streaming to help you find like what it is that you want to go out there and create and how you're going to find the audience it's going to follow. LinkedIn is not everybody's cup of tea.
Right. No, I've had this conversation with other people. Mackenzie, I had this conversation. I mean, streaming to Twitch is preferred, right? As an artist, doing different kinds of streams, art streams, painting, film, not really preferred on LinkedIn. Everyone has their preference, and you want to stream to what works for you, or maybe where your audience is at. I mean, you hear a lot of that. Stream to where your audience is at, and sometimes you don't even know where your audience is at, right? Like I didn't know. I'm just streaming. I don't know.
Of course,
but you got to try. You got to figure it out as you go.
Well, part of that, part of that is like you said.
Cameron had a good question too, so if you want to answer that.
Okay, let's go to his question. Okay, what is your streaming preference? Okay, I've done 2 videos on this. I like both because both of them have different features that I find valuable use as a creator. So here that you're on Restream. What you guys have on now, you hear us talking, but you also hear background music. That's built into Restream already. You don't have to have an outside source to have an audio interface to bring in music. Now it's cool to have that because you can also do soundboards and all the other fun stuff. But if you're just simply streaming, Restream has this available now where you're like, I can pull background music into my conversation here. This is cool.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Now, from an accessibility standpoint, it's not always preferred, right, for a lot of viewers or for guests. So it does depend on the guest.
It does too, but again, it's another.
It's a nice adds production quality.
It's already included.
The option is fantastic. I mean, so.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't hear background music. Oh, how about that?
Wow. Okay.
Maybe not. That's okay.
Maybe not. Well, maybe just I hear it. But there is music.
Maybe I just hear it. But we hear it. I use both. Oh, Robert uses both. Okay. I would love to hear, Robert, what you prefer.
Sure.
The features.
Because
yeah, I like with Restream. I like that they had the Otter AI integration, super easy, and I just struggled with that with StreamYard. So hopefully StreamYard will have that. But yeah, just knowing which platforms you have which.
So it makes it easier. So connecting like an RTMP for Zoom. Thank you. Is a lot easier. It's a lot easier using it through Restream. It's believe me, I've checked out all the videos and how to connect to all this stuff. So there's again the features, what you're trying to. So I like StreamYard because the big game changer for me in what they do as a remote producer was Teams. Teams was huge if you're a remote producer because number one, now that means I can be the remote producer and you can be the host. It can be all on your account. In there, you just make me an admin on your account. I can go in there, create my build out, everything that I need to be done without you even being there. And all I need to do to view is to send you the link once everything's created. I can go back and create the event. I can add all the overlays, any background, any stingers.
I love that. That's I love that creative part. Like for me, that's really fun. That's why I love remote producing.
So as a remote producer, that's huge. And then now they're getting into the start comments. What you're the host now, you see that. I don't see it, but there's start comments here in Restream. So there should be a little star there. If you click it, it'll pin your comments in a separate tab. So if you want to go back in there, so for Q&A, right?
I like Jillian's. So I'm gonna star hers.
Right.
Okay, but Cameron, to answer your question, yes, I'm streaming to Twitch. So let's see. Where's my Twitch? Twitch is quiet. Let me pull up a Twitch comment. Here we go. Look at that. That's a Twitch. Your Saturday night. That's a Twitch. Yeah. It's got the little icon. And then Finding Cherry. I don't know if she's still there. Finding Cherry. So Twitch. Yes. Well, I'm even streaming a D Live. Like, hey, throw it in there. Why not? I've had some D Live people pop up. Like, I was like, wait, what? But the comments don't show up because it hasn't been one of those compatible.
Well, it's because they're not a preferred partner. So I've learned this the hard way. So only the comments are available if you're a preferred partner. So like using one of the 5 that are like set up as a preferred partner for like certain streams, the comments won't show up. So that's one of the things you got to look at, because there's a lot of other streaming. There's a lot of other streaming softwares that you can use, and it is good. Look. There's a reason I don't have an affiliate link for either one, because I love both. I love using both.
Good answer, Gabe.
Because
nice save. Nice save.
I love using both.
Here's another one. I think this one's more at me.
I'm a Descript guy. Otter AI is nice. I love
Descript too. I like Otter, but it doesn't do what Descript does.
Descript
just woo. Blows my mind.
That's how I edited our small little interviews using Descript. Yeah. Descript is fun. For those who don't know, that's a whole nother show. You could talk about Descript all.
Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it. We'll talk about that later. But what I've loved about it is the fact that you're able to do.
We need a Descript. I think we should have like a Descript thing, like talk about how we use Descript and.
Yeah, exactly, and how you can actually do it, because here's the thing: Descript does everything. So it takes your video, since you can go ahead and put in a video, you could edit through your text. That's the cool part. You can actually separate text by speaker. You can edit everything down. You can actually have fill words created. It can actually AI a part of your voice if you.
Yeah.
The script is awesome. Plus, it lets you transcribe it in the audio, the video, and the transcript of the whole thing. What else do you need? Without going to separate sources, it's everything that you need. So, it's just a really, really great tool. That you can use.
Thanks, Cameron.
I love this too. So, Tim made a comment, because I'm getting into this community. There's a comment that he made that I use StreamYard mostly, and I like it that you can use it with Ecamm, because I
hear wonderful things about Ecamm.
I'm switching to a Mac. I'm switching to a Mac next year, simply because
because of Ecamm. What I hear about them.
Well, so there's actually a stream today that's actually coming on. So Sean Boyd, Fulgen, Henry, and Anna Gill, they'll be doing a show. And they stream it here on LinkedIn, guys. It streams here on LinkedIn, so if you want to watch it on the LinkedIn platform, this is where I find these creators at. But you see the creativity that you can do with Ecamm. It's Scott Ayers is another one who uses it. He uses Ecamm, but he streams here on LinkedIn sometimes. There's a lot of it's awesome, because it takes what we do here, and this is what I talk about. And when you want to go to the next level and elevate your streams, holy crap, it lets you be like anything. If you wanted to move me over DJ in doing it, that's a whole nother thing. So for those who don't know too as well, I got a logo design coming out here, and I'm going to start making my own hats with my logos on them.
Hey, it's about damn time.
You guys will be able to purchase those, and I'll be giving out some of those as well. They'll have my logo on them. They'll be fitted hats. I don't do the strap hat.
Fine.
So I will ask for your strap hat. I will ask for your size on the.
How do I measure that?
So
all right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, there we go. We're going in.
But look, I like Cameron's comment though. I don't show off my hats. Ooh, because I'm always business in quotations, Cameron. Business. I'll
Um,
have to do a casual appearance.
so Chris
Yes.
Stone is here. Chris Stone is another one that streams to Amazon Live, but he's here.
Let's see. Where's he
Um,
at? I didn't.
he said
Oh
Ecamm
my.
Virtual Camera opens up everything.
Hi,
So
Chris.
Chris is another guy that does this, and oh
I
yeah,
can't believe he's here.
Team to Script is awesome. Again,
Oh
Cameron.
God.
So Cameron put on there, check out the app. Again, that's another like window based product that you
Team
can
to
do.
Script. There we go.
So,
Yes.
so I created a video that I actually shared on LinkedIn. What I did with them and how you can actually use it through their mobile.
Okay, that's a good question. I don't know because I don't have Apple. I have a Microsoft computer.
And
Is
this
Ecamm a
E-
competitor?
no. They're actually compatible with each other. So is another one that was based and kind of created to. Now they do have a Windows beta that you can use. I've used it. I've used it before on a live stream. So you can actually use it inside of Windows. You can just download it. It's still in beta. You don't get all this like the same features, but it can do a lot of the cool stuff. And Chris mentioned another one for if you're using a PC. Minicam is another one. Is another virtual camera that works with the PC, so you can. So I don't want to exclude PC users because they're just as
Nice. I gotta get up on Chris's lives.
Check
Like
out
I
Chris.
can't wait for 2022, baby, because the world is opening up.
So this for those who see this is it might be hard to see a little bit. It might be a
I
little bit.
see it. I see your background, your thumb.
So you see my thumb, but this is and what it is you see my background there right now. Let me turn the camera around.
Oh my. Let me just pop in through some comments while you do that. Amazing intro videos for the Tim and Jim show. Okay. I was wondering who made that. I think I asked you that, Tim. I asked you that like a while back. Greetings from the bears and the turkeys. What's up, Chris?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually like recording a video with me with our background right here. I'm actually over the thing over the screen as I'm talking to you. You can see my camera. But this is like all the creative stuff that you can actually do with not just your phones, but integrating everything in what we're doing here. For those who don't know how to kind of let's see how long. Okay, cool. But for those who say like my creativity is limited by what I have or what I'm using, I call bullshit on that. I tell people all the time I can make stuff just as good on my phone as almost I do on my PC. Now my PC gives me a little bit more.
I agree.
Capabilities.
Yeah.
But your phone is almost just as powerful. I've streamed live streams from my phone. I've done. I mean, you name it. There's just so many things.
I'm gonna have to get a Mac computer. Just have both. You always got to have a backup computer, folks. So why not?
Right. So look at. Well, I'm because this is what I want to do. In going forward and helping want to teach, I know how to master what I'm doing on a PC. So if I can learn how to master what I'm doing on a Mac, and do both, and teach people how to do the functionalities of what you can do.
Yeah.
So like if you're using a PC. I suggest going to go practice using OBS, learning how to use OBS and using it in scenes and everything else. I mean, OBS is just it's a little bit, a tad, from what I've heard, it's a tad bit more complicated than Ecamm, but they're very viable in what you can do. You can do transitions inside of OBS. You can bring in music, secondary, third.
Hola.
Oh, hello. Thank you for tuning in from Ohio.
What's up?
But again, in what we're doing now in the live streaming world, this is where we're heading. These are the things that are. I said when I mention the technologies that are now becoming available to us as live stream creators, guys, keep your eyes open for these things because you're going to be able to create. You're going to be able to create your vision. So this is your vision, creating your vision on screen that's going to be able to kind of make people understand that this is like art. This is, to me, this is art. What we
Mm-hmm.
create on screen is art. This is our palette. I've always said this. I'm gonna always equate it to it. This is our palette. What we
Same.
create here is what we want people to see, the beauty in our creation. This is what it is. Yes.
I'm still messing with OBS, and I started using Streamlabs OBS when I was doing some game streams for charity over on Twitch, and I was using these babies.
Well,
I was trying to do Fortnite, and my poor computer just could not push out that game. Just like wait, but you know, it's all right. I had to find another game, but still, like OBS, I can understand. So it just takes like a little bit of kind of figuring it out. But to go back. Wait.
Because you brought up something. This is where streaming is going to go here. So right now, the example you just set out is a problem that a lot of creators have. Mm-hmm. Is the CPUs pushing out what it is to do there?
Yes.
Companies are now not developing. They are now starting to put out where these functions are going to be available web sourced on their servers. So
cloud-based again.
Cloud-based, yes. So that you don't have to push all that processing and compression on your computer, on your system there. You know, it's going to be able for you to bring in a source and make it to where you can, again, you're going to make it so it's a lot easier for you to stream gaming and doing things. That's where, like, so look, here's the cheat a lot of gamers do, so they don't have to do that. They have two separate setups, and they use NDI. They stream the game. Yeah. They stream the game on NDI, and they feed it into their feed so that their computer the stream doesn't have to process the game itself while you're trying to stream it. So bringing in NDI is just almost like bringing in a Windows source. At that point, it's easier for you to kind of stream gameplay, do the whole thing. But it takes the technology and the understanding of how to set up NDI and set up a network.
I've got some research to do coming up next year.
but in gaming, that's how a lot of them do it. So they're not actually in the same place where the gameplay is happening. Their gameplay could be somewhere else, but what you see on
I got my Switch, I got the PlayStation. I know with the Elgato, with the Stream Deck, and then the Cam Link. Hey baby, I know.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there. But yeah, like I even have I have a GoPro. I've been playing with my GoPro, trying to set up the GoPro to use it like as another camera, you know. Like, you know, I just never know.
Well, here's the thing in
and that's been something else to learn. Like there's just always things to be learning, and I love it.
So the question that Cameron's asking is there ways to optimize multi-camera and app performance?
Yes.
So most of them, a lot of the times they use like an ATM Mini. So you can bring in. So what that does is essentially like what her Stream Deck does. It can it allows to bring in multi-camera features without you having to process that through your computer. The Mini is actually handling all the processing, so you can have cameras that are, because when you stream, this is the problem. When you stream, your camera has to compress the signal.
Yeah.
Your camera has to compress. If you're streaming in 1080p on one, you're streaming 4K on another, you're streaming, and then you're trying to bring this in. If your computer cannot handle the processing, you're screwed. Your shit's gonna look jacked. So using a thing like a Mini actually helps. There you go. He just brought the ATM Mini. Good. That's a good.
Wait, mine's what, the 16? Hold on a second. My computer is gonna take a crap. I'll tell you what, though. Look at that.
There you go.
Boop. I love this damn thing. But trying to figure out how to use it with Restream. Like I'm telling you, when I watch those like the streamers we were talking about with Stephanie and Lucia, is that how you say her name?
Luria, Luria,
L-U-R-I, yeah.
Luria,
like I've seen her how to do multicam setups and stuff, and I'm like, I'm like, all right, I'm getting my tech toy.
She's getting there, so that's where it's like what her and David Foster teach.
Yeah.
So if you don't follow, yes, I don't usually tell people to go do this since I want them to follow me, but go ahead. So when you go want to learn, go check out the YouTube channel, Live Streaming Pros. It's a great channel to connect to.
Great channel.
They give you the walkthroughs. They teach you a lot of what I'm about to get into and teaching you the technology and how to use it. So are you connecting another feed to the ATM Mini? Yes, you can. Depending on what. So your ATM Mini, like I said, depending on which one you bought, is created to handle multi-camera view. And when doing that, yes. So, well, the ATM Mini does. So what that does is, even though it's a switcher, it does help compress. Right. You're still gonna have to have a computer that can process. Right. So are you connecting? I love the comment there, Cameron. But yes, there are. On my art stream, I'm using 3 cameras usually. Okay. Yes. So you're gonna have to. Here's the awesome thing for those who aren't familiar with restreaming. One of the features that they're going to start doing in 2022, I don't know the rollout date, so don't quote me on the rollout date, but I know that they're working on multi-camera view inside of the studio. So again, it's going to be a web-based solution, so that you might not need an ATM Mini at some point, because you're bringing in cameras from multi-feed on their servers, on their stuff, on their compression. So I don't know exactly how it's going to work out, but they are working on it. So if you have, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to, the way I envision, and I don't know exactly how, but you're going to be able to bring in 3 camera feeds. And of course, you're going to have the main source, and you'll be able to switch between transitions between each camera feed. I think that's going to be one of those things that you're going to be able to see in your dashboard when you're running a stream like that. Exactly, like I said, I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but it'll be close. You'll see that pretty soon rolling out at some point. But again, this is where we're going, guys, with live streaming and how we can become creators. Okay, cool. I'll reach out to you, Cameron, and we can talk about how you can set up the ATM and what it is. So because I want to know what you're feeding into it. Is it you feeding like a stream cam into it? Are you streaming in a DSLR into it? You have capture card, anything like that. So, but guys, this is what my part of what I do as a creator, and what I'm about to start getting into in 2022 is to be able to bring you guys a lot of the value and a lot of the things that not only that I've learned over time with research and exploration, because I do explore a lot and how to do that, but then start putting out videos that I'm going to create and start sharing on my here on my LinkedIn business page once I'm approved to stream there. Because I'm going to be using that to harbor all my videos, and then maybe at some point uploading a lot of those to my YouTube afterwards. But that's where I find a lot of the value. Oh no, Cameron. So you bought it without really understanding how you need to connect it. So I'll also send you. I'm going to send you a link to one of the YouTube videos that I found very helpful about understanding how to use an ATM Mini and how to link it, and understanding what you need to connect your cameras and ports and how to actually use it. But it is a great tool, man. It's powerful. It's a lot of. It's not there for no. It's not one of the best-selling products because it doesn't help. It streamlines your process as a creator. So hopefully I can help you get a lot of that together. So hello, sweetheart. You need something else open?
Yeah.
So recap, I've opened 2 lollipops. I've opened string cheese. What else can I open? Say hello to everybody, sweetie. So again, Maybe that's why they should make these things a little bit easier for not just children, for adults. Jeez Louise. This is like tough. But yes, I am opening string cheese on a live stream. That's a first for me. I've never done that. There's many streams that I've done. I've never opened a thing of live cheese. So there you go. Yes, that will be my Biblioteca de Gabriel on LinkedIn. You'll be able to go find it. Here you go, sweetie. All yours. So there you go. But for those who are like wanting to get into this, feel free to reach out to me, connect to me on LinkedIn. After the new year, I'm going to be opening up my booking link again to book coaching classes, strategy classes. This whole week, I'm going to be doing a lot of course creation work that I'm going to be uploading on the Pirate Syndicate here within the next few weeks. Once I get a lot of this stuff edited down and into production. But those are a lot of things that I'm going to respect the cheese. You have to respect it. And bomb me so many times. So that's okay. That's our lives, folks. Alexandria, that's how we live. Our lives. So there you go. Believe me, I'm no stranger to the monologue. I'm not. I can keep you. I can keep talking if you wanted me to talk for another 4 hours. I've done it before. So while you were away, let me recap, DJ, what's happened. I opened a string cheese. I've never done that on a live stream. So I opened a package of string cheese here on
I'm coming. What the heck?
That's okay. We've turned it.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
You can hear me. The whole world can hear me. I know. Gotta love technology and like all this crap.
Yes. This is the fun part.
Sorry, folks.
No, don't sorry.
Thanks,
don't apologize. Gabe. They've had lots of entertainment. They have. They've been thoroughly enjoying the conversation here. So there you go. But yes, connect with me, guys.
Let's see.
We're waiting for her to bring her mic in.
Okay. I made it.
She's back. She's back, folks.
Listen, my computer just completely like shut down. That's what that was. And it's been doing that. I'm telling you, it's like pushing so much. I'm trying to do so much, and it's probably got a bunch of programs running underneath and like that I try to shut down. I think it was that Elgato Stream Deck. As soon as I plugged it in, it started like running that software and everything. And boop.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's like real life, like tech issues when you're trying to figure stuff out and
exploration. I don't call it mistakes. I say that's you experimenting.
Oh gosh.
So that's the workaround for now. So when people are like, what happened? Well, I was just experimenting on the air just to see if something could happen.
It's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I wasn't worried. I was just hoping the computer would come back on and it wouldn't just like stay black screen, you know? And I knew Gabe would be fine. I'm like, this is going to be fine. Like, Gabe's going to just keep going until I pop back on. And the other thing was like, always have a backup, right? So I was like trying to log in through my phone. So I'm like, come on, let me at least get there through the telephone. I was like going to pop it up here and just try to like maneuver any way to get back on the stream. But I got the computer back. Got to wait for Voice Meter Potato to like load. And, you know, it's just everything.
Well, again, here's one that I've always I started doing it on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
But whenever, like, if I wasn't sure about what I was going to be doing or something was going to happen, as you can see, now there's a camera linked to where in the studio I've invited myself in through my cell phone.
Okay.
So
yes.
So if I were to have to drop out of stream as the host,
yes, That's what I was trying to do. You have to teach me. You're gonna have to teach me. It didn't work out quite so well, but it would have been dope if I would have pulled it off. Like, all right, you know what? My computer's loading, but I'm here. Like,
I'm here. No worries.
Yeah.
Show goes on, right?
Yeah.
So
well, you're the host now, and I'm the guest, I guess.
So this is what I do. Like, so I have this on like this. This sits since I control my own studio, right?
Okay, yeah.
So this sits here on my desk, ready to go at any moment. Now I don't always use it, but in moments of like this, where my stream dies or something, or my camera, whatever the reason,
anything,
your
mic goes, the camera goes, the lights go, the power goes, the camera goes. You name it. There's the possibility of it's gonna go.
You control the studio at that point. You just click join. You're back in. You're with your guest. You continue the conversation mobily, and it looks seamless. So yeah, those are like things that I teach people. Like, hey, have the backup.
Yeah, I got in the hang of telling my guest, like, hey, if anything happens and I disappear. No, for real. Like, I let them know, like, hey, just keep going. I'll jump back in as soon as I can. Don't freak out. just sing and dance or whatever. It'll be fine. But oh my gosh, that was terrible. But it's all right. It's all good fun. Like, that's just the way it goes. And that's
I was just handling questions for people that were like in the comments and like saying hello to like Linda, who was watching over on YouTube. So
I can't pull up the comment because I lost the comments happening before. I'm sorry, Linda. I can't. You can reshare it or retype it, but I only got I lost my comments when I dipped out of the stream. It's all good. It's all good. We're back. And this is just like the end for 2021. Like, this is just the way it goes. Like, I already know, like, I got my goals for 2022. I know what I'm working on. I know what I got to focus on. And Gabe, I'm like a big person on focus. And like, I don't get too sidetracked with like things. I think sometimes I feel like I miss out because I try not to chase the shiny new things. Like, like I try to do what's tried and true.
But I think sometimes, like, so this is what I've figured. Part of it is like, it's good to have that focus. But my thing is, add those things as part of the focus plan. So if it's an hour of exploration, add in an hour of exploration of what you want to do. So if it's something inside of live streaming, go to multi-platform.
Well, I want another camera angle. Like, I want to get to 2 cameras, right? Like, I want to figure that's kind of something that I really want to learn for my streaming is bringing in another camera. So, like, that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out, like, what goes with what.
So bringing in the GoPro and then having this camera on at the same time and having them both open in the same window without having feedback. That's one of the things you're going to have to figure out.
Right.
So guys, first of all, get a dynamic mic. That's going to help a lot because you have to be up on mic presence to
dynamic mic.
Yes. So it doesn't pick up as much as the background noise, right? Because with the condenser picks up everything. It's one of those mics that just pick up all the background. You can hear them banging.
I give the same advice. Yeah, I always say the same. Like, try avoid a condenser if you're just streaming and you really want to just project your voice. You want clear, crisp audio. You get one of those condensers, you're picking up the dog scratching on the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Your dog's whining.
My dog's whining. You get all these other things. Like, so having that mic and then having that in place will help. And it just like understanding the sound and all the other stuff. Oreos? Yes, sweetheart, you can have Oreos. Go right ahead.
Oh gosh, I know it's getting late. Should we wrap up the stream? I don't like to hold my gas, Gabe.
Well, again, this is the end of the year. I don't have. I think I got one more stream this year that I've like.
Yeah.
So I'm on with Elizabeth on her Kindness Incorporators on Friday.
I love her. Amazing.
Other than that, like I said, my own shows I wrapped up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'll be launching back here within the next few weeks. But believe me, these next few weeks, I'm about to start shooting after really high-end streaming guests. So
For you.
I'm gonna reach out to Stephanie. I'm gonna reach out to Luria. I'm gonna reach out to a lot of these other creators who are out there doing this.
We've had conversations where
we
got
are
some really good connections. Like,
so,
I look forward to seeing your lineup. That'd be
but guys like Chris Stone. So what I've essentially did, what I did when I started like recommitting and had you guys on for the first time again, was to kind of start putting the educational part of what it is as a creator to do that. So I've had feature on. We talked about mindset and what mindset is, and live streaming and being in camera and sharing your story and what that is. I'm having another gentleman on named Curtis Morley, be my first guest in 2022. He's going to be talking about entrepreneurship, and that's where we're going to talk about as well. It's like building a self as an entrepreneur and creating what we do now, and how we can build this into our careers, our journey. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be a big one, because I want to be able to have all the creators who want to take the opportunity to do this, to have not only the tools, the education, and everything else that goes apart, so they can put themselves in a place to say, I want to make the commitment to become a live stream creator, and I want to make money while doing it. Because yes, this is the fun stuff, but we are doing this to make scratch, guys. We
still need to make a living, folks. We still got mouths to feed
and bills,
candy to buy for kids. I mean,
dogs to feed. I got
yes.
So there's so many things. There's so many things that you got to take care of that, as come here now. Now my dog's bugging me. But I'm gonna. So here's my other one of my little dogs. Say hello.
Oh goodness.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, so cute.
Go in there. Go hang out. But yes, going forward, that's my mission in 2022 is to not only entrench myself in this live streaming community, not just here on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the platform I'm going to tackle first. But once I tackle that one, then it's going to be on to the next one. So I'm trying to build a lot of the systems and processes is going to make it easily transferable from going from one platform to the other. I'm going to do what most people have yet to do, which is find success on multi-platforms without being a celebrity. That's going to be see celebrities. It's easy for your celebrity. People are going to, if let's just say, for example, Ryan Gosling were to start doing live streaming and he starts going on Instagram Live and YouTube and everywhere else, well, he's gonna have a following. People are gonna tune in. He could be talking about opening string cheese. He'll have more views than I do. Right?
Gotta love that. Yes, I love string cheese. I love cheese, by the way.
So, but that's part of it. And so I'm going to go tackle each one of these platforms to myself, and then see where things can not only be improved, but where each one of them are very advantageous for anybody wanting to learn how to stream.
Exploring with you, Gabe. We're exploring together.
That's right. So
yes.
For those who want to come along for the journey, you're more than welcome to. Those who don't, but learning how to optimize this. So that for me is my mission. That's what I've written down for 2022. And then
got anything secret in the works? You're writing, aren't you? Are you writing?
Yes.
Anything?
So
you're working. I know you wrote on your profile you're writing a book. Listen, I was doing my research. You're writing a book.
I'm writing a book about my live stream journey. So what it's going to be is part educational, part inspirational, because it's going to be my journey behind the mic and what it's taught me. The good stuff, the bad stuff, all my, there's going to be a lot of my personal life in there as well, because my personal life has also been part of my development in what I've done here as a creator, and it still is still part of it.
And I think that's why you had to be partly like my last guest as well. It's just because I know you've been through a lot this year, and not this year, but even like the year before that, which I wasn't really a part. I didn't know you. But as you were closing up the year, you had shared, and like in our friendship, you've shared, what you've been through in your life and what you're passionate about and what you really want to accomplish in life, and like the journey ahead, right? Like those dreams and aspirations. So like I know what you want. I mean, I kind of have an idea of what you want to be doing, and I hope you get there. You're going to get there.
Well, it's not even a fact of it anymore. I've made it a reality that is going to be
Yeah.
my that's going to be the career for me, and
Hmm.
what I will be in 2022, and how I'll be wrapping up next year. We'll be talking about the journey from taking the leap into doing it, and
Yeah.
then into entrepreneurship and the things I'm doing. So yeah, the book is just going to be simply about my live streaming journey, and then the educational things that you can take out of uh, what it is to become a live stream creator, and sharing a lot of the strategies that I've sort of not only learned myself through, again, experimentation, but
Hmm.
also through trial and error, and seeing what I've learned from other people and watching what they've
What's
done.
been the biggest lesson you've learned?
So in life or in live streaming,
Well, I
either
mean,
or. Okay, so for
you
me,
don't have to be too personal, but be somewhat personal. I mean,
okay,
I like
so
to talk about like
for
that what really gets you through it. I mean, like the stuff that you've been through to kind of get to the other side, I guess.
so for me, the biggest thing that I've had to learn for me to grow into my greatness
Hmm.
is to really learn how to love myself, and what that
Mm.
is, and understanding what that really means, to say that, to really say I love myself more than I love anything else.
Hmm.
And I'm not talking about the other things like with your kids, and that's love on another level, but learning how to take care of what you really want out of this life, and what's going to fulfill you. That's you got to have to you got to wake up every day, and something's got to fill your cup, or else you're still left searching and going, what is it? I mean, it's not for, I mean, it's for different people, but
Right, right.
it's not wealth, it's not fame. You've seen people that have wealth and fame and still have taken their lives because they weren't fulfilled. There was something missing. So it's filling that cup every single morning that you wake up, and it's saying, that is what gets me
Yeah.
every single day. So part of that is just me loving myself enough to understand what that is. Um,
Nice.
and it's still evolving every single day, and what my level of love for um, what I want for myself,
Yeah.
and that's part of it. So I've always talked about I've always talked about legacy. Um, I think for me to actually be able to do what I want to do with my legacy, it's going to take me doing this first.
Hmm.
This first is going to
Hmm.
take care of everything else, all the other stuff going on. But I had to go learn how to do that,
Yeah.
and that's been probably my biggest lesson in life, is learning that. And you see it yourself sometimes when you say, like, learning, like, to plan self breaks.
Yeah.
That's part of loving yourself, to say, you know what, in March I take a 6 week break from March until mid-April, and then I relaunch and I go back in again. But
Yeah, like in between seasons, or in summer when, you know that like there's, or just maybe being more conscientious of what that are hard times for you, right? If you've
Mhm.
had, if you know that there's a difficult time coming up in your life. So it's just really kind of knowing, but paying attention and listening and not forcing yourself. Oh, I have to stream, or I have to do this, or I have to take this gig or this job or this contract or this, project.
You don't let folks. That's what self love really is it understanding you don't have to do anything except to what fits your needs, and
Hmm.
what you expect out of whatever that moment is. Other than that, you don't. And people might sometimes people equate that with being selfish. It's not being selfish. It's just you understanding yourself better than anybody else, and that's all that really matters. You don't have to, without having need for explanation or anything else.
I advocate for that a lot with my individuals, and working with the public or individuals with disabilities or mental health, just always encouraging them, like, what's best for you. No one can tell you. You have to know what is good for you. And you have to be able to kind of express that and share that, and boundaries, right? Like, that's just one of those things of self-care is our boundaries. So making sure that we have boundaries and we honor ourselves enough, love ourselves enough to maintain those boundaries, because it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy to maintain those boundaries. So,
No, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one. So good. But you know what? I think we've had a really good conversation. I think hopefully a lot of people took out of it not only what my life is and what people are kind of know me for, but also took a little bit of education out of this. That's what I want to do out of everything. I want every single show, if I can get somebody to get a little bit, just a tiny smidge of value out of it, it was worth the time and the effort to put it all together.
I agree.
That's it.
That's it. All right. Friend, thank you. Mentor. Thank you so much, Gabe. Again, I couldn't have ended this year on a more important person in my life. That's really, like, I've held you so high and I've looked up to you, and I just appreciate everything you're doing now and how you've come back in full force. And just can't wait to see what you do in 2022. And I'm just going to be right there supporting you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Always.
All right. Alexandria, thank you for that comment. Business boundaries, life boundaries. So yes, everybody, let's keep our cups full. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. All right, let's get this stream out of here. We're going to end this. Let me see. I guess I'll go for my outro, and then, oh God, if I could just find it right. All right, folks. Good night. Bye.